Main square. Where's Lindsay? Octavia Ragongar. Huh. This is just Jod, right? Yeah. Jod and Tristan. Where's Lindsay? She in the tavern, maybe?
Will this ever end?
Huh. Oh wait, no, Lindsay's in the throne room, isn't she? There she is. Just a moment, I've got something. She scribbles in her notebook, then raises her eyes at you. Hi. Have you noticed it? Wait, how's your publishing house going? It's in full swing. The press is working day and night, turning out the... Turns out there aren't just readers, but also writers in our lanes. They keep bringing me new manuscripts. Some are even readable without crying. Have you noticed anything strange about Valerie? She lingers, then sighs dully. I had a fight with her, a big one. Well, I wanted to talk to her about the best way to describe her hair color in the book. She said my book is trash, and that I'd be no better if I busied my time with... Oh, I don't even want to repeat it. What? Wow, what the hell is going on with Valerie? She shouldn't have hurt you like... How could she hurt you like that? Yeah. Yes, I mean, wait. I wasn't hurt. I was just... Oh, it doesn't matter. To be honest, Valerie hasn't been herself lately. She's usually polite, though she can be cold at times. But now it's like she's changed, and it's all after, you know, after she got that scar. I talked to her before, and she wasn't very nice that time either. She's gotten so spiteful after she got hurt, though she keeps saying she doesn't care. Have to go. Just don't leave without me. Let's save in case I fuck this up. I don't want her to get super pissed at me. Valerie, we need to talk. You've been acting strange lately. You're going to bring up the scene in the throne room. Don't waste your breath. Evald completely deserved the speech. I know you had a fight with the storyteller and you yelled at Lindsay. The storyteller, what business of his have I of anything left of the order? Does he imagine if I'm still carrying around Shellen's radiant face as a souvenir? As for Lindsay, she knows full well how her constant babbling about her book irritates me. The captain of the guard said you were taking it out on random people. So the captain of the guard thinks I'm incapable of carrying out my duties to you and your subjects? Perhaps he should change his armor and for a judge's mantle if he's so ready to declare such verdicts. Why do you think the pasquinade next to the tavern entrance was about you? Who else could it have been about? That scribbler used to never leave me alone, dogged my heels at asking questions whenever I appeared in the streets, and now? Listen to yourself, all this bile. I want to help you. She twists her lips and looks away as if she wants to end the conversation. I'm gonna wait. When the girl starts talking again, her voice sounds soft. Please forgive me. I understand your worries. My behavior over the last few weeks has indeed left much to be desired. I don't know why I'm doing these things. Lindsay thinks you're concerned about the scar. Do I bring up the scar? Make her mad? I'm gonna do it. So typical of her, a superficial opinion, a superficial conclusion. Forgive me, it's difficult to admit when I was wrong, and scatterbrained Lindsay is apparently right. She lifts her hand and touches the scar on her face. Since it appeared, it's like the world around me has changed. Wherever I went before, my admirers, followers, and bards used to follow me around, and now it's like I'm invisible. Worse, I see how those I talk to try hard not to look at the scar. It's like it undid me completely. She stops again, running the tips of her fingers over the scar on her face, and finally puts her hand from her face and looks at you. I've never seriously imagined what would happen if I lost my beauty. I thought my actions would speak much louder than my appearance, but now I'm having doubts. In this and in everything else, I keep telling myself. You've always said that beauty isn't really important. Are you changing your views now? No. If I'm to break when someone looks at me askance after everything I've been through, it means I never actually been worth anything. I may as well have stayed in the order and leave meekly by Shellen's orders. She then straightens and looks around with determination. I shouldn't have wasted time on these useless thoughts. I promise that you won't be bothered again by complaints about me, except perhaps by those who truly deserve harsh punishment. Thank you for this conversation. I knew you would support me. How are things with the storyteller and Lindsay? Satisfactory. It appears that the storyteller had thought best to leave me alone, which I do not mind at all. Lindsay, she shrugs. I expect I'll never have any influence over her inappropriate enthusiasm about me. Thanks. Okay. That seemed to go over pretty well. All right.
Not their idea.
Actually, let's go to the What? As soon as you return to the city, Valerie invites you to the tavern to drink wine and discuss the latest events. After a few hours, the conversation has drifted and you begin to recount stories from your past lives.
Just imagine. The poor archer, cursing like a sailor, is trying to tear his quiver out of the kobold's mouth, while the kobold keeps chewing on it. I never knew those lizards had such powerful jaws. We could barely get the kobold off it later, even after it was already dead. That archer never forgave us for ruining his quiver. But it was quite a show. I feel good with you. I can just be myself, not pretend to be a lady and keep the proper distance all the time. I can't remember anyone else it's been so easy with. I do, though. There was someone.
Who was it?
His name was Toma. We met when we were clearing the poachers out of the Gronzi forest. Truth be told, the work was thankless. The crown pays the salary, and the locals think you're there to oppress them, so they love to make your life difficult. It's good to have partners nearby, someone who you're sure is on your side. Toma was a mercenary like me, and also from a rich family. A fifth heir who decided not to wait for his luck on the family estate. We understood each other better than the others. Toma never tried to deceive or flatter anyone. He was always direct and honest. Everything was direct and honest between us. We were together for a time, and then, when the circumstances changed, we went our separate ways. But we never regretted what happened between us.
That's disgusting! No. Never thought you'd agree to a relationship.
Why? Because everywhere I go, cheesy romantics and high-flown conversations follow me? Ha! Though they don't anymore. Thanks to Fredro Scar. With Toma, there were no professions of love or promises that neither of us would keep. Just affection and trust. And some pleasure. Sometimes I think about how much you are like Toma. Not in appearance, not at all. I mean that being with you feels so easy. And I trust you so much.
What do I say? I'm gonna screw it up. Well, I saved right before this, right? I appreciate your trust. She leans forward towards me. Ah, kill her.
So, do you want to get out of here? The entire palace is at our disposal. I expect we can find suitable accommodations.
Hot. Time passes 2 hours. You never cease to surprise me. I like this. Don't look at me like that. I'll be ready in a second. Glad to see you. I'd like to spend some time alone with you. Gladly. Oh, is that a scratch on your neck? Forgive me, I'll be more careful. That's funny. Okay. Okay, oh, that's right, I was gonna sell. Where the heck am I? Oh. Yay, I didn't screw it up. Main square. Man, there's so much trash I can sell. I'll keep that. All right. So we need to go to Oleg's. Man. Well, I've got mountain climbing now, right? So... should I head east again? Where is... Tell his brother. Many years ago, Mathian Havanki came in search of adventure, and he was never heard from again. What could have happened to him? He would like to learn the fate of his great-grandfather. I guess I don't have that letter anymore. I was hoping it would give me hints about where he was. Oh. She said the plains of Dunsword are dangerous. Plus, there's the barbarian camps out here I need to deal with. So perhaps I need to explore Dunsword as well. Maybe we'll go to the ruined tower first. More guys up there. Valerie, head over here. Oh, there's guys over here. Okay. Get all the way in between those two guys.
A fine use of my talents.
Wow, destroyed.
I grant you death. How much longer, I wonder?
Okay. I think on the way back, I'll try to swing around the north and go to Oleg's. Because I can start at the south of Dunsword and work my way up.
Look, Eastian, I made Lamashtu symbol, like yours.
Very, very beautiful, Nok-Nok. I especially like this piece of glass you plunged in the middle of Rat's head. Now, would you please take it away from me?
Awesome. The ruins of the tower loomed over the surrounding plains like a tombstone so old that time had worn away the epitaph, as well the language it had been written in. Each crumbling step of the giant stairway was as tall as the grown man's chest, and the huge portal where the door once stood was as wide enough for our entire party to walk through abreast. We decided to climb the tower. Athletics, yeah, we'll use him. It was hard to imagine how tall the building must have been before crumbling under its own weight. It's possible that even the owners would have towered above us if they had still been around. Even so, by using the cracks and pits in the stone wall, an experienced climber would likely be able to scale the tower. Ekundayo spat on his hands and swiftly climbed up to the highest ledges, what remained of the second floor. There, the wall had deteriorated even further. They were covered in engravings, barely visible symbols of some ancient language. Climb farther. Climbing higher was no easy task. Akundayo's fingers slipped on wet moss and the rocks crumbled beneath his feet. First atop the shelf on the opposite wall, a large black raven watched Akundayo ascend intently. Clinging to the signs that were carved into the wall, he slowly began to move his way upwards. At last, he reached the top. An uneven stub was all that was left on the spire that once had reached to the lower clouds. Alas, there was no treasure to be found unless you were willing to count the magnificent view of the surrounding area. A fire flickered in the distance. Someone had set up a camp. Finding out he had been seen, he descended carefully. After that, we decided to turn away and leave. We walked away, leaving the Colossus to its eternal slumber. Let's check out the full part of the south first.
Follow me, or don't.
Huh. Alright. Another glitched little thing. Bummer. What is this area? Tours of Lebanese? That'll go to the barbarian camp, I assume. Whoa, hello. Spriggan Rogue. Oh. Nice. Be an interesting idea. See how that progresses. That'll be fun. Hey, don't do that. Alright, Jubilist. Valerie.
Stay behind me!
Yeah, 100%. I guess that comes with the experience of playing through the series like 10 or 12 times already, is I know how many of these options exist. Although, that being said, I know there are options that I'm not aware of as well. Like, I've played through it that many times, and I'm still running into stuff that I'm not sure about. There are so many different combinations. It's awesome. Okay, Jubilus, shoot him.
Clever ploy.
Oh, hello. Hello. Well, alright. That's over with. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff, man.
Cannot hide from me. I'll split you in half.
Primitives.
Got him. Speaking of which, did I ever give Valerie her potion? No, I didn't. Let's give her big old chonky potions. Here we go. But she'd use them, too. She's got the hit points to make up for it. Alright. Interesting.
Nowhere to run.
Nok-Nok more runner and talker than fighter.
Nice.
I'll try to make this swift.
Right.
Come here, Bax. Nok-Nok stab you.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hello.
Out of my way! I aim true.
Were they just trying to say that Valerie was getting a little bitchy and she just needed to get laid? Oh, I know, man. The multiplayer in Mass Effect 3 was really fun. I liked it. Have I never been? Have I never, like, walked? I guess not. Enter. Yeah. Yeah, I actually had fun with it. And like 4-player, was it 3 or 4-player co-op? I forget. I think it was 4. Looks like the horse fell trying to climb the rock. It must have been terrified to attempt such a thing. It was 4? Yeah. I had a lot of fun with that. That was fun.
Not that I can.
I will admit I did not like that it affected single player, but I got, you know, you could play like 2 hours of multiplayer and max out the thing in single player. It wasn't a big deal. Deep furrows mar the grass in the area as if a huge plow had been put to work here. There's a deep hole in the ground made recently. At the bottom, you can see a pile of bloody rags that look like the remnants of some barbarian clothing. Wait. The horse died from a neatly slit throat, probably made with a sharp knife, but its body is also covered with deep wounds that resemble huge bite marks. That, combined with the furrows in the ground, leads you to believe one conclusion. You've entered a bullet's hunting grounds. The underground monster must still be somewhere nearby. Oh no, Bullet. That's gonna be problematic. The inscription on the stone is made with blood. The text says, "Running is no help. The grass betrays. Stay with me. Better die than become food for blank blank." The barbarian seems to have died from massive blood loss. Horrible wounds cover his body, though his hand is still clutching a knife. What do we have here? Deterrence. The +3 club grants the wielder immunity to shaken and sicken. Just slightly less damage. 12 to 27, 11 to 20. Immunity to shaken and sickened. I don't think that's a concern to me at the moment, but... Strength and Dex +4. So I would lose Con +2. I'd lose 11 hit points. But I would hit more often. This doesn't add to my dex. If I put that on. Because I'm getting dex from something else. +2 to dexterity. Okay, so if I put this on, I could take those off. And that would have no effect. That would give him more AC. Oh, I guess he could do that. That's not going to hurt him. Alright. Belt of Physical Might. Not useful for anybody here. Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Let's finish them quick.
Alright, dog, go here. Ekun.
I grant you death.
Let's get that extra damage in, shall we? What do you have? You're an ancient bullet. I haven't inspected them. Okay. Let's get right up in its face.
I don't like you.
Wow. I did 108 damage with one shot. Holy shit. Amulet of Mighty Fist 3. Talden Warrior's dog tag. Crap. Well, good on you, Ekun. Holy crap. Alright, let's get out of there. That situation is resolved.
Time to get some rest, isn't it? Finally, we set our efforts to something useful, rather than crawling around swamps and battling bone-headed bandits.
It saddens me that these tombs may be the only remaining trace of an entire lost civilization.
Alright, what is this place called? Rinderpest Burial Ground.
Will this ever end?
Whoa, look at that. What are these? There's something right here. Can I tell if you're immune to anything? No. Flat-footed. Undead rogue. Okay. He's immune to cold. Doesn't appear to be immune to acid, though, so that's good. They are undead, right? Yeah. Oh, God! 25 damage to each one? Man, that was worth. Okay, it's another one down.
Which knife to use?
Which one's weakened? This one?
Cannot hide from me. Smear them. nowhere to run.
Damn, that was brutal. All right, hold up.
Yes?
Ring of Protection 3. Whenever the wearer of this colorful armor casts hideous laughter, its DC is increased by 2. So that should go on to Lindsay.
Not that I care. Follow me! Or don't.
No, just the entrance? Okay. And that back off. I didn't realize that was permanent. I thought I'd have to activate it each time I wanted to use it. And I've just been like shooting my shot all the time. Alright, so you have -2. You have -4. That goes away with sleep, doesn't it? Yeah, well, it goes away in 24 hours. It's not necessarily with sleep, but essentially with sleep, yeah. All right, let us come here. Whoa, what are you? Mature Athok. Bro, I don't know what you are.
So it's come to this.
Hey!
Oh, all right. Neat. Let's rest before we go in to see if I can rub up.
You shot a deer a while ago.
Remove one of these things.
Yes? Where are his insides? Longshakes don't eat those. I know that.
I used entrails for a stew. You ate with others, so don't beg.
Will this get rid of my negative levels? Hey, it did. All right. Oh. On the low grounds among the hills, some Numerian barbarians have set up camp. While obviously set up recently as a place to rest, it was thoroughly constructed. Along with the stake palisade, the Numerians have reinforced their camp with a deep moat. Spotting the body of some unlucky thief at the bottom, it seems they made a good call. Guarding the entrance was our old acquaintance, Nober, the man whose group we met in the hills previously. While his greeting was none too friendly, he did invite us to enter and lead us to his leader. Where we met a man named Dugath, a middle-aged Kelid with a gorgeous mane, once charcoal black, now salt and pepper, as well as bronze skin hardened by the sun, wind, and the time, to the point that it almost looked like oak bark. Speaking with assertive tones, he invited us to dine with the Tiger Lords. That was the name of their tribe, and spent the night at their camp. Any business we have with the tribe, he said, could be discussed in the morning once everyone was rested. Now I wasted all my... Not wanting to offend the barbarians, who'd proven to be commendably hospitable, we accepted the invitation. Within minutes, we were seated by the bonfire with goblets in our hands. As guests, our goblets were wrought of skillfully decorated silver, with intricate carvings depicting scenes of battle. Be on guard, Jub Jub suggested into one of my ears. These savages can be extremely touchy. Follow my example, and you may avoid offending them. And an offended Numerian is a bloodthirsty Lumerian. The cup-bearer filled everyone's goblet with wine. When Dugath raised his cup, officially starting the feast, I placed my faith in Jubilist and followed his example. To my utter surprise, our gnome Fred spilled his wine on the ground and the Baron followed his example. I thought the Numerians would be enraged, but they all followed suit. It was apparently a barbarian tradition, offering the first cup to the spirits. Only after the cupbearer filled their goblets again did the Numerians start to drink, and so did we. The main course, unsurprisingly, was meat. While hunting in the hills, the Numerian had killed a deer and 2 wild boars, all now roasting over an open fire. As the tribe's guests, we were offered the best pieces. Fierce in battle, the Numerians were equally fierce at the table. They frantically tore the meat apart with knives, bare hands, and teeth, as though attacking the throats of their worst enemies rather than eating roast venison. Only one camp inhabitant didn't join the dinner. From far from the festivities, a slim woman wrapped in a gray cloak sat alone, her face hidden behind a piece of cloth. She was still and quiet. At first I didn't realize she was living being at all. I'll ask the Tiger Lords who she is. Glancing cautiously between Dugath and the woman, one Numerian explained that the woman was one of the defaced sisters, half priestess, half wizard. While they may travel with the Numerians, they never ate at the same table. Judging by the tones that the barbarians used when speaking of the woman, it was easy to tell that none of them held any warm feelings towards the defaced sisters. After everyone had eaten their fill, it was time for entertainment. The barbarians began singing and drawling a drawling song in their guttural language known as Halot. Later, one of the Numerians explained that it was a ballad about a brother and a sister who had defeated a huge metal spider. The song that followed was a comedic piece about the adventures of a stupid werewolf. The Numerians all sang it together. It was clear that each of them knew that one by heart. Almost everybody clapped to the rhythm, though some of them thumped their knife handles on their shields, and our half-orc acquaintance Bolga accompanied the song on a vargan. Once the song was over, Dugath appealed to his guests, us, to surprise our hosts. The Baron decided the best thing would be... I kind of want to do the Stag Lord, but I'm afraid he'll fail. Because if he rolls a 4 or less, he'd fail. Let's do a friendly sparring match. The Numerians had a great respect for brute force, and not many things impressed them more than its demonstration. I witnessed the barbarians roar in delight as Ekun stood in triumph, shaking his fists over the defeated barbarian lying in the dust. Even Dugoth nodded in approval, clapping his hands over and after watching the fight. Finally, the drinking and singing came to an end. Only bones remained of the feast, and the bonfire had burned down to ash. Satisfied, they retired to their tents. That went pretty well.
I beg you, I haven't seen my sisters for several days. I'm afraid they may be in trouble.
This whole land is nothing but trouble. You want me to risk my life and the lives of my people to do your dirty work? Go ahead, ask Armagh to give the order. Oh, but Armagh stayed back in Numeria, which means I am the one making the decisions here.
But what about my sisters? Something terrible could happen to them.
You sisters insisted on this expedition. So it's your price to pay. With your blood, not ours. Something terrible could happen, you say? It is too late for that. We already lost good men on this pointless journey to nowhere. Whatever Armagh needs, it's not here, and it wasn't here from the start. But you didn't come here for him, did you? You came for your own reasons. You want some magic toy that once belonged to the ancient Cyclops. Well, I'm not leading my men to their deaths for that.
Dugoth.
This conversation is over. You want help? Why not ask our guests to help you? If you can afford their rates, that is. As for me, my single remaining goal is to get my people home alive, and well, and as soon as possible.
The woman leads, sobbing. Dugoth turns to you. Good morning. Well, let's get down to business, shall we? Introductions aren't necessary. I know who you are. Let's discuss how we can be useful to one another. Who's the woman?
Wish I knew who these witches are and where they came from. Our chieftain, the great Armagh, spirits bless him, trusts them as if they were holy oracles. He sent us with them to these dead hills, and none but the sisters and the chieftain himself know why. Who am I to confront the chieftain? So now we wander these lands, chasing the unknown.
Do you know anything about what happened at Varnhold?
Varnhold, huh? Isn't that the village Megor Varn got from the Ristovik sword lords? I know Varn. He's not the best fighter, but not the worst. As for what happened there, I wouldn't know.
How do you know me?
How do you think? We keep an eye on everything that happens in the region. It's smart to know our potential employers and our potential enemies. Hard to miss someone like you, dragging this green beast around like another compatriot.
These Longshanks know Nok-Nok already. That is good. Fame is rising already. Just a tad more, and Nok-Nok will be a real hero.
There's a whole army of you here. How did you manage to get so far?
None of your business, actually. But just to reassure you, we weren't sneaking into your lands without permission. I'll answer. It was magic. The sisters opened some strange tunnel, and we used it to get here from Numeria. Gorham witnessed my words. I'm no coward, but I'd rather march for a month through all the river kingdoms than use that damned tunnel again. It was strange, wrong, just like those witches themselves.
How can we be of use to each other?
I'm afraid we can't. At least not yet. I'd be happy to take a new job, but our chieftain's orders were strict. Search the location and come back with a report. But if you could help us here, say, by finding whatever these witch sisters are looking for, or maybe just making them disappear forever, mark my word, Baron, the Tiger Lords never forget those who helped them.
What are you looking for?
I wish I knew. The sisters are looking for something, but they won't tell anyone what it is. I guess it's some antique that used to belong to the Cyclops. Some magic trinket or something. As for me, the only thing I'm looking for is a good reason to quit this nonsense and return to Numeria as soon as possible.
Is this how you serve your liege?
Don't confuse our chieftains with your kings, knight. It's the chieftain who swears an oath to the tribe, not the other way around. Liege. I was one of the tribe's elders when he was in his first teeth.
Did you find anything of interest?
If we did, do you think we'd still be here now? The only thing to be found in these hills is one's own death. A group of my men entered a cave that turned out to be a spriggan den. They barely survived the encounter. Also, we found the ruins of some old tower, ancient as the world itself, and useless as this expedition. There is nothing to be found here, except, like I said, for one's own death.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask away, why not? I don't promise I'll answer, though.
What do you know about the Cyclops?
Not that much. Long ago, these lands were part of their empire. They were a great people back then, used unbelievable magic, and possessed treasures beyond count. Ages passed, and their empire crumbled into dust. Cyclops became wild and forgot all about what they once used to be. But the ruins... Yes, the ruins remember everything.
Indeed, they remember much, if only they were more eager to share.
Tell me about your chieftain.
He's a strong fighter, brave one. He says he's Armagh, an incarnation of a hero from the old times. Just don't ask if I believe it. Armagh is smart. He knows how to do business. If he'd only pay less attention to what those witches whisper, he'd be a perfect chieftain.
Tell me more about you.
I'm Dugath, son of Gordir and Harith Three Fingers from the Tiger Lord's tribe. My entire life, I've served Gorham, first on the battlefield, sword in my hand, and later with prayer as well. I've fought in battles all across the river kingdoms, in Yoberia, Guld, Ustalev. My price is high, my hand is steady, and my sword is deadly.
Tell me about Gorham.
Our Lord in Iron doesn't like empty talk. He's the god of those who act instead of chatter. His palm blesses every sword ever crafted, and wherever at least two men meet in battle, he is there with them. Even orcs worship the god of battle, and not only that, they imagine he's an orc too. It's all nonsense, of course, but there may be a grain of truth to it. For anyone can aspire to be like him, a human, an orc, and even an elf. Anyone who grips his iron to make his enemy bleed.
Tell me more about the tribe.
There are many tribes in Numeria. Each does its best to survive. The Black Horses sell adamantine. The blood pikes rob caravans, and their white scars lick the boots of the Technic League. As for us, the Tiger Lords, we are mercenaries, and the best ones in this part of Avestan. Remember this, Baron. If you keep your throne long enough, we'll meet again, sooner or later, fighting side by side, or otherwise. Who knows?
Tell me about your country.
Eons ago, stars rained down on Numeria. Pieces of metal, both dead and living ones, fell from the sky. Since then, metal monsters roam those lands, and the grounds hold a wealth of adamantine, among other valuable things. Weaklings don't survive there. As for us, Numerian Kalids, we grew up on that land. We drank its poisoned waters and breathed its toxic air. Metals from the depths infused our bones and muscles. No one can beat us. If there were anyone capable of bringing us down, it would be ourselves.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Will this ever end?
I believe I found something.
Turns out a band of Fae from the nearby forest is to blame for all the misfortune. It's time that we paid the tricksters a visit. Okay. We'll have to go and deal with that. Doug the Merchant. What up, Doug? Show me your wares. I don't need a faux shard. I don't need that. Okay. Belt of Giant Strength +6. Good lord. Bastard Sword +3.
You, our guest. The Baron, am I right? I'm sorry you witnessed that unpleasant scene. If I may ask, what is your name?
My name is Thorgrim, and yours?
Nice to meet you, Baron. I have no name. I've rejected it to serve benevolent powers. Not the greatest sacrifice of those we're sometimes called to make. You may call me Defaced Sister.
What were you and Dugoth arguing about?
My sisters. They each went out on their own quests and never returned. Not one of the three. I can understand Dugoth. He doesn't trust us. But by refusing to help my sisters and me, he puts himself, his people, countless innocent souls in grave danger. If only I could soften his impertinent heart.
How is this possible? Doesn't this army know any kind of order or discipline? How do they manage to even fight in such chaos?
You know anything about what happened in Varnhold?
Dark things tend to happen in that land. I can only guess to the fate of Varnhold. My 3 sisters know more. Help me find them, and you'll get your answers. If the spirits are kind, it will happen before it's too late.
What are you looking for here?
It is not yet time to answer this question. We are searching for ancient ruins, the remains of structures built by the previous holders of these strange lands. That is all I can tell you, for now. I understand that you want to know more, but have no doubt, you will in time.
Such wise, enlightened words. People who talk like this are usually trying to swindle you out of your purse.
Do you have any idea where your sisters might be?
Do you have a map? I can provide you some direction. One of my sisters went to the Sepulchre of Forgotten Heroes. Another went looking for the Forsaken Mound. And the third was going to visit the ruins of the City of the Hollow Eyes. I won't lie, these places are all very dangerous. But searching for lost truth always involves danger.
Who are you, specifically?
I am one of those who call themselves the Defaced Sisters. We've rejected our names and our faces in service to benevolent spirits. I'm sorry that I cannot reveal our true destiny to you yet, but believe me when I say our mission is extremely important. Not just for us, not just for the tribe, but for the entire world.
So honorable. Do these benevolent spirits have names?
Do not burden yourself with idle questions, cleric. Know that all the truths you are seeking for will find you, but only when you are ready for them.
What compensation can I expect?
With the most valuable treasure of all, truth. If in your travels you meet my sisters, please help them, and I will help you in return. Remember this word, Geheb. That is what the previous inhabitants of these lands, the Cyclopses, called darkness they so worshipped. If a door shut and lockless bars your path, this word might be your key.
Well, now I know how to open that door, huh?
May kind spirits guide you in your travels.
All right.
Not that I care.
Okay, so... City of Hollow Eyes. Sepulchre of Forgotten Heroes. And the Forsaken Mound. Let's go check in with my city real quick and see what's going on over there.
To victory! is inevitable.
Okay, one down. Nice. Two down. There's a bunch of these dudes.
Repent!
Nok-Nok used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Will they ever learn?
It's that one. Where's this guy? There. Excellent. All right. Nok-Nok goes first? No, he goes first. All right,
Let
kill
us
him.
strike his blood.
Okay. I don't see him, so we'll just wait there. Ekun. There's that guy.
You forced my hand.
A fine use of my talents.
Excellent. Okay. Disaster. Oh no. Fog mischief. Success. Hey, alright, nice. So that can be Harem or Tristan. Wow, any one of those three. Harem or Tristan. Harem or Cassil. That should be Cassil. Be the storyteller. Christian. And Harem. Okay. That's at disadvantage, but... Oh no, that just came out negatively. That's what that is. 5 more days and you'll be done with this thing. Okay. Well, not much else I can do there, huh? Alright. Sepulchre of the Forgotten Eyes. Or Forgotten Heroes. Forgotten Eyes, Jesus. Where'd my eyes go?
Entertainment!
Get destroyed. Is there anybody over here? Nope.
I'll try to make this swift.
True.
Oh, there was one behind us.
Be easier if you not fight back.
Ow!
Clever ploy.
Alright, Ekun. Can't reach anybody, huh? Whoa, hello. Alright, taste of your own medicine. Alright, I am going to go ahead and save there for tonight, everybody.